Okay, so we were talking about fractions, right? And when we talked about, let's see, 1/3 plus 1/3, we know that the denominators don't change, right? Because if you had a third over here, well, that didn't come out very good, right? Let's do, if it's a candy bar that we're sharing, okay, and we have thirds, okay, and this person ate 1/3, and this person ate 1/3, then we have 2/3, right? So the denominators don't change. Now, what happens? So it's very easy when your denominators are the same, but what happens when they're not? Okay, well, we always want them to be the same. So we have to kind of think about how we made equivalent fractions. Okay, and you're going to run into this, right? So let's look. All right, so let's say we have two 2/10, and we want to add 3/5. Okay, well, we notice that, we have a problem because these do not have the same denominators. But if you remember how to make an equivalent fraction, right, we're going to do that down here. So we're going to say, okay, how can this 5 become a 10? Right, so we're going to go by 2, multiplying by 2, right? So 5 times 2 is 10. And we said times 2. So 3 times 2 is 6. So 3/5 is equivalent to 6/10. And we want to add our 2/10 now. Okay, so now we have the same denominator. So 2/10 plus 6/10 equals 8/10. Okay, all right, let's try another one. Erase this. And you're going to see this on the Easter paper. Okay, so let's try, let's get my pen back here. 1/5 and we're going to add 5/10. So the first thing I notice is, the denominators are not the same, right? So I want them to be the same. So I know that a 5 can become a 10 through multiplication. So I'm going to make an equivalent fraction down here, okay? So I'm going to say, okay, times 2. Whatever we do to the bottom, we do to the top, right? We don't want jealousy. So 2 times 5 is 10. And 2 times 1 is 2. So 1/5 is equivalent to 2/10. And now we're going to add our 5/10 to that. And 5 plus 2 is 7. And our denominator stays the same. Okay. All right, let's try another one. All right, let's try. Let's change the color of my pen. All right, let's try 3/10 tenths plus 2/5. Okay, so when I look at adding these, I notice right away that they don't have the same denominator. I want them to have the same denominator. So I'm going to create an equivalent fraction for this one that ends in a tenth. Okay, so I know that 5 times 2 is 10. And I know that because I multiplied by 2 here, I can multiply by 2 here. So 2 times 2 is 4. So that's 4/10. So we just made an equivalent fraction. And now we have the same denominator. So I can add these up. And 3/10 plus 4/10 is 7/10. And this is 7/10. Okay, so that's how you do it for the fraction part. If they have the same denominator, it's very easy. You just add the numerator. If they don't, then try to make the smaller denominator into the larger denominator. Okay? All right. Very good. And that is it.